and welcome to UFO Party, an X-Files podcast. I'm Erin.
I'm Julia.
And today we are talking about Season 4, Episode 12, which is Leonard Betts.
Woo.
Julia, fuck, marry, kill, Betts, Toombs, Fluke Man.
What the fuck? Ew.
Gotta play the game.
Oh no. I mean, kill Fluke Man, because ew.
Yeah, fair.
Oh god. I guess fuck Betts and marry Toombs, but we don't touch each other ever.
but it's a sexless marriage.
Yeah. I'll just tell
I
him
think that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean,
disgusting.
Toombs, he'll build you a nice home.
Ew.
You can cocoon together. You don't have to leave for several years at a time.
I'm distraught. I never wanted to think about this in my entire life.
Yeah.
Ew,
So
that's fucking gross.
I know it is gross, but
Really, I'm gonna have nightmares.
yeah. So how are you doing?
I'm okay.
Better now that I asked that great question.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I
No,
thought
I'm
so.
fine. I mean, we talked about this literally a few minutes ago, but I started Dexter for the first time, which is great. I watched a documentary on sleep paralysis, literally the night that we had tornado warnings.
Nice.
And I was at a very scary part of the documentary, and then my phone did the fucking siren, and I literally screamed.
Oh no.
It scared the shit out of me. So, yeah, I was expecting it to affect me more, but it didn't, which is great. But it was really scary.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Is it on Netflix?
No, I had to rent it from Amazon, but it was like $2.99.
Okay.
But it's called The Nightmare.
Okay.
It was gross. There was one person that said that they had, I guess, an incident when they were a child that they, like, woke up and aliens were surrounding their bed. But they were made out of, like, TV fuzz, like when your TV isn't getting a signal.
Okay.
And then, like, when they open their mouths, that's, like, the sound they would make, too. And I was like,
Yeah.
absolutely ew. That's disgusting.
I don't like that.
No, it was vile. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I have a little bit of a headache, but Julia made me some coffee, so that should help. And, yeah, I'm just tired. I've been, like, really, really busy, but, I just really want to relax and not leave my house.
Yeah.
And, that doesn't seem like it's going to be an option anytime soon. So we're just going to keep going, and I'll sleep when I'm dead, I guess.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Good job. Bring me the horizon.
Should we get into it?
Yeah. Let's get down to business.
Cool. We start off in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where we are in an ambulance, and this EMT is working on a patient in the back, and he apparently can tell that this man has cancer. So he can tell that he's dying.
Yeah.
Even though that's like not what he's being brought to the hospital for at all. And the driver of the ambulance is like, how do you know that? Like, what? And he's like, I can just tell. And she gets distracted by this and ends up actually crashing the ambulance. And when she gets out of the ambulance to check on her partner, his name's Leonard, he is headless.
Yes.
He ain't got no head. So
His head game's weak.
Yeah. No head.
Sorry.
Later in the morgue, someone is looking at Leonard's head, right? When his headless body comes and knocks the guy out, steals his clothes,
Yeah.
and escapes from the hospital.
Yep.
So that's cool. Just headless horseman over here.
Ew. Ugh.
And so, of course, Mulder and Scully are on the case, thankfully. This is pretty gross, honestly.
Yeah, it's a really gross episode.
But so because they don't know where the head went, they visit the morgue and they have to go through the medical waste dumpster, which is really disgusting. It's just like all of the organs and fat and everything else that gets thrown away during operations, and apparently also heads. So they have to go through that, and they find his head, but they do not find the body because, as we know, the body is off strolling the town.
Ew.
So, Scully is going to obviously do the autopsy, take a drink. Mulder goes to check out Bet's apartment to see if his body is there, maybe.
Yeah. Which would still be very weird.
Yes. I think he was probably more looking for, like, clues, right? Like,
yeah.
But
because they watched the surveillance video and they saw someone walking out of the morgue, but, like, there was, like, TV interference on the head, which they thought was really weird. And they don't really know what caused that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's also weird. But there's also, like, bloody footprints everywhere. So, it's a mystery.
But, while Mulder is checking out the house, Scully is doing the autopsy, and the head appears to be, like, moving his eyes and mouth and, like, opening and shutting his mouth, and it's really gross, like a fish.
Yeah. Scully freaks the fuck out.
I would throw that thing against the wall so hard.
That would not be professional, Erin.
I'm not a professional. Why is this head moving?
Yeah. I mean, she calls Mulder and she's like,
help.
Come here, please.
Yep.
And he's like, why? What's up? She's like, well, I know it's just like a body response from like electrons in the body still moving, but like, he's like, did he wink at you? She's like, no, but like traumatized and help, please.
She's like, can you please not make something a joke for once? Please.
I don't think he knows how to do that.
No.
Clearly.
Yeah, so he is still at Bet's apartment. I hate this scene so much. So Bet is in the apartment. Yeah. Mulder doesn't know that. But of course, Mulder cannot leave anything alone. So when he sees a tub filled with liquid that appears to be blood, he just dips his hands in it and starts smelling it. And I'm like, why? I'm surprised he didn't taste it. Like, he's
vile. Disgusting.
No, bad.
Yeah.
I do not care.
I mean, we find out it's iodine, which I'm guessing he could smell. Like, and realize that maybe he shouldn't taste it, right? Iodine smells, right?
Does iodine... I would think it would... Doesn't iodine smell like nickels?
Yes, I think so. Like metallic, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. He still sniffed it and like he...
Yeah. He needs to just keep his hands like in his pockets. In his pocket and in the pants.
It has a sharp, strong, metallic odor.
Okay. I mean, blood does too, though.
Yeah. So...
Either way, he shouldn't be doing that.
He shouldn't be touching things that he doesn't know anything about. That's what I think. He leaves, but then we realize that Betts is in the tub under the iodine, and he is regrowing his face. His whole head is regrown, and it's horrible, and I hate it.
Yeah, he's basically a salamander.
Yeah.
It's it's so gross. It's like fucking nasty.
Yeah. No.
There's like no polite way to talk about it.
But like, okay, so I just want to clarify that in the fuck, marry, kill game, like this is the version of Betts that you are definitely fucking. That's the one that you have. I mean, otherwise it wouldn't be fair. Otherwise he's just a normal bald man.
I mean, I guess I could just shove a pillow over his head.
Okay.
Like normal.
Ouch. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. We're good.
Sorry.
So they dip the whole head in epoxy, and it is gross. But also, Mulder's like, it's a nice paperweight you got there.
Yeah. Well, apparently this is like a way that they can then slice
Yes.
the head / brain and then like look at it.
Low-key, really cool. Kind of reminds
Yeah.
me of, like, have you ever been to the body exhibit?
No.
It's really cool.
I have heard. For some reason that grosses me out. But, you know, my ass wants to literally, like, touch dead bodies.
I think it's, like, so fascinating. I love it. I've gone, like, a couple times, and I'm just like, this is amazing. But they cut open the head, and every cell has cancer. Like, they're just like, there is no way that this man could be alive. Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I think Mulder is very good at finding professionals that back up his theories.
Fair.
Because this doctor, like, does aura photography and, like, conducts experiments through that. And Scully's like, okay, sure. But, I mean, they still kind of agree that, like, this is wild. And, like, no person could live with literally their entire brain filled with cancer.
Right.
So that's odd.
But, I mean, Scully seems to also, like, she's, like, seeing it too. So, yeah. But of course she's like, there must be a different, like, way to explain this. Yeah. Also, was this before or after Mulder interviews his Bet's ex-partner?
That was after.
Okay.
Because Mulder goes to talk to her. Her name is Michelle. And she's like, oh my God, he was like the best EMT ever. He was so smart. He could like spot an illness from like a million miles away and like diagnose it more quickly than like doctors with like a ton more experience than he has. He was just like the best. But like, I think Mulder asked if they were close and she was like, no. Like, he doesn't let people get close to them, but I guess she was like the closest that he would allow someone.
Yeah.
I also think she probably not like infatuated, but like cared about him more than just like work partner.
Yeah, I mean, also, like, who knows what her state is, since, like, technically she's responsible for killing him, so she's probably feeling, like, some kind of way right now.
And also just traumatized by seeing her partner's head.
Yes.
Because I think it landed on the windshield, right?
Ugh.
I don't know. It was somewhere. We watched this last week, so sorry.
Yeah. There's, we're not sure. We're not sure what's happening, but either way, they go from there and then they do the photography thing and
Scully's running his prints.
Yes, the fingerprint records. Okay.
Which is where she learns that his fingerprints shows up under
with like multiple
another name,
different aliases, right? So yeah, he has an alter ego named Albert Tanner. And so through that, they're able to track down that Tanner's mom's still alive, but they go to his mom's house and they're like, ma'am, I hate to tell you this, but your son is dead. And she's like, yeah, I know that.
He's been dead for like 9 years.
Yeah.
Right?
I think 6 years.
Yeah.
But he also died in an auto crash, which is weird.
Yeah.
An auto crash. What am I, an insurance person? Like,
an automobile accident.
There was a vehicular manslaughter here, so
we're here to check on your automobile insurance. Thanks.
Yeah, so they're like, what the hell? Like, that's really weird. So they're very confused, obviously, as to how this woman is saying that her son has been dead for 6 years, and yet someone with his fingerprints just died.
Yeah. I mean, she's also acting a little sus too.
Yeah.
But we
like figure out more about later. But so they leave and they're just like, okay, well, we don't know what to do here, but I guess sorry for bothering you. And then Leonard's old partner, Michelle, she finds him at the new hospital that he's working at.
Well, like, she, I think, is on a call, but someone walkies whatever team he's on, and she hears his voice, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, and she's like, "Who was that?"
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, that's like so and so. He's right over there."
Yeah, so then she goes to
confront him, I guess.
Yeah,
or like just verify that she's not going crazy. Probably.
Yeah,
I feel like more than anything. Why does this always happen? I feel like it's the way I'm sitting. My entire leg just falls asleep. Like,
how are you sitting?
Like an asshole? I don't know.
That's probably why.
There's not like a good way to sit without like cutting off circulation. I don't know.
Yeah.
I should probably
reminder to like subscribe to our Patreon.
Yes, please.
So we can get money, so we can buy better equipment, so our bodies don't die.
Please help. We're already both chronically ill. It hurts.
Also, if you want to give me money to get like butt injections so my tailbone doesn't hurt all the time, that'd be great.
For only $3 a month, Julia will eventually get a new butt. It'll be like one of those pandas that you can adopt.
My butt is a panda?
Yeah, you're gonna have a panda butt.
Would be very opposed to
that. Yeah. So poor Michelle, she fucked up. He like talks to her for a second, and it's just like, "Oh, hey, Michelle, weird seeing you here. Not that weird, because I clearly didn't go far enough away, and I'm still working in a hospital."
Yeah,
so,
I'm sorry, but that's on him a little bit.
Yeah, what?
Not a good disguise.
So then, unfortunately,
well, they like go somewhere a little bit more private.
Yeah, so they can like talk. They're like right down the hill, lot. But like they're still on like the hospital property, but they're like kind of further away from like where the ambulances are and stuff. But he apologizes for like having to do this, and then he gives her a lethal injection of potassium chloride. Yeah, which he's like,
I can't explain, but I'm like, really wish you wouldn't have found me because now I have to kill you. So bye. But luckily, the parking lot attendant, I guess, witnesses like a man assault a woman.
Yeah,
and like runs handcuffs him to a car so he doesn't go anywhere while he goes to get police. But this motherfucker squeezes his hand out of the handcuff, leaving his thumb behind, right? Or his whole hand.
I don't remember. Just his thumb, because he like breaks his thumb off. Oh, it's horrible. It's disgusting.
That scurries away because, as we know, he can just fucking grow a new one. Oh, it's so gross.
I don't like this.
So in the Marry, Fuck, Kill, you could literally break his dick for fun because he's nasty, and then he could just grow a new one.
Okay.
It could be more of like a I hate you situation.
Yeah.
But I'm being put in a position
you could
where
hate
I
fuck him.
Ew. Porter's very upset.
I think we're all upset. I wish I had never asked the question. But here we are. So,
sorry.
Do you want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break. Sorry, guys.
We're overwhelmed.
All right. We'll be back.
Thanks.
And we're back.
Hello, and welcome to UFO Party. We're back.
Wow.
Me.
All right. So he broke his thumb because he's nasty.
So anyways, he broke his thumb like a nasty boy. Yep.
Yeah, they handcuffed him to his car apparently.
What a coincidence, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just pure coincidence because how would
that's not like
no.
Apparently just pure coincidence, but they do search the car afterwards, and there's like
it's a cooler
of tumors. It's disgusting. Why would you ever have that? But
this is what Mulder thinks. Mulder thinks that he lives off cancer.
Yep.
Which is why his brain was full of cancer. Because it's the only thing that makes him survive.
You know what? Like, move over, cigarette smoking man. You're a new cancer man in town.
Yeah, what if they're friends?
Oh, they're best friends.
They should get married.
I think that'd be cute.
Yeah.
But I think that Bets would eat him.
Bets would what?
Bats would eat cigarette smoking man, obviously.
What if it's a situation where he just like cuts
It's a
off pieces of
symbiotic
him?
relationship.
Yeah.
He's like, you keep smoking cigarettes and I will eat you.
I'll
But
eat pieces of you.
just there's the parts that you don't need.
Yeah. Ew.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. This
Yeah,
is
it's
a rough one.
fine. Everything's fine. I'm not freaking out. Okay. Yeah. So Mulder's like, he basically is like, he's adapted past like normal evolution and he can survive off cancer and blah blah blah. He is like extraordinary. And then they go to his mom's house and they're like, hi, have you seen your son? Because we know that he's not dead and also we know that you've been covering for him.
Yeah.
And he's a murderer.
Well, because they find out that his car is registered to her.
Right.
Anyways, yeah. So they know that his mom is into it. Yeah. Not into it. And on it. Wow. So, I mean, I guess she's kind of into it. She's like, you know what? He used to be bullied.
Yeah. Oh
because
my God,
he
I was so mad about this. She's like, they were not nice to my son, though.
Yeah.
And they're like, your son is a murderer. So him getting bullied in middle school, just like the rest of us, doesn't really matter, okay? It builds character. Your son sucks.
Yeah, that's why I'm so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, she's basically like, my son didn't hurt anyone, but if he did, he had his reasons. And then I hate my notes so much sometimes.
Why would you do?
The next line just says, he eats some guy at a bar and he's very sweaty.
Yeah.
How is that supposed to help me?
Well,
I mean, I know it, but like, come on, Aaron. Like,
yeah.
take better notes.
The guy at the bar has lung cancer, so he kills him so he can eat his lung.
Ew.
It's like in a back of a truck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very odd.
Ugh. Yeah, he kills him and he eats his lung and then he
like hides out in a storage unit to like shed his
regenerate
old
himself.
body. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking gross. But Mulder and Scully find the storage unit. And I guess they see blood running out from the like door. So obviously they know that like someone's in there. So they are going to try to open it, but then he like breaks the door down by getting in his car and running, right?
Yeah. Well, like driving away, yeah.
Yeah.
And
but then his car explodes.
Yeah, I literally like all of this happens so quickly and I'm like, a head comes out of his head and is screaming, what the fuck? Mulder and Scully find him, but he drives away and then explodes. He is completely charred, but there's two. What does that mean, Aaron?
I mean, it's pretty on point.
All right,
I feel
guys,
like that's
my description.
There are definitely episodes when you can tell that I think Chris Carter just wanted to like play with explosives and fire, and I think this is one of them because it's very unnecessary. But obviously the interpretation is that he has died again.
Yes. And just like the Phoenix, he will be reborn.
Yeah. Okay, Dumbledore. Well, Scully has a theory. So Scully's theory is that the first time that he died, like under his real name, which was Albert Tanner, she thinks that one was staged. So maybe his body isn't really the one in the casket. So they like exhume the body. And it matches his.
Right.
Which is still weird. So then Mulder updates his theory and is like, I don't think he can just regenerate his like body part. I think he grows like a whole new fucking body.
Mm-hmm.
Which is disgusting because that's basically true. Which then leads them to believe that yes, the car exploded, but he is still alive.
Yes.
Somewhere.
Still at large. And
Porter, that is nasty.
Then we find out that is true because Betts goes back to his mom, and they have this really weird moment, but then he removes a tumor from her body before calling an ambulance for her.
Yeah.
But Mulder and Scully were already, like, right next to their house, waiting for him to arrive.
I don't think he wanted to, but she's like, "You're my child and I have to take care of you, so eat my body." Which is so gross. But I think that's why he, like, wrapped her poorly? He did something poorly so that it wouldn't kill her. So then he could call the ambulance and they could actually, like, let her live.
Right. So Mulder and Scully see that the paramedics arrive, and Scully goes with Betts' mom to the hospital while Mulder tries to look for Betts. But when they arrive at the hospital, Scully realizes that he is actually
on top of the ambulance.
Yeah. Oh, wait, we forgot the best part of this whole episode, which is when Mulder says, "Will the real Leonard Betts please stand up?"
Oh, when they are at the, after they exhume the body.
Yeah. God damn it.
We're trying. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so Betts is on top of the ambulance and he comes in and him and Scully start fighting. And Scully does a damn good job holding her own in this scene. Like, she can fight. And then she defibs his ass.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. She
puts, like, paddles on his head, right? Because it's not fully grown back.
And then he is dead. Maybe forever. Maybe not. We don't know.
Yeah.
But before he dies, he explains, and he's like, so he says that he's sorry, but he's like other people, she has something that he needs. And then she ends up killing him, but realizes that Betts is saying that she has cancer.
Yeah.
And
like literally the next scene is that like
she's in bed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wakes up with a nosebleed and I think she coughed out blood too, right?
Yeah.
Which is not good.
No.
So that's kind of where it ends, confirming that Scully has cancer. Which is not great.
No. Here we go.
Yeah. Do you have anything fun?
Nope.
Okay. I have a few things.
Okay.
So one, this episode had the highest rating in the show's 9-year run.
Wow.
Because it also aired after the Super Bowl.
Oh, right. We talked about that.
Did we?
We said that, I think, last week when we were... It doesn't matter.
Okay. Sorry, I'm dumb. There is a Canadian band called Caniform that has a song called The Ballad of Leonard Betts from 2009. As we know, this is the first time that it's indicated that Scully might have cancer. The very first indication, however, arises in the episode Unruhi, which is also in the season, when Schnauz, the bad guy in that episode, says that he can see Scully's unrest and points to the bridge of her nose, which, like, I think we talked about a little bit, but probably more between us because that's, like, a huge fucking spoiler.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do that. Let's see. The dark liquid that Betts submerges himself while regenerating his head is identified by Mulder as providone iodine, which he tells Scully is used by researchers to promote limb growth in amphibians. It is widely sold and used in hospitals as a topical disinfectant under the name betadine. I guess where they got Betts from.
Okay.
Although considered harmless to human skin, it was cited in a 1975 article in the Journal of Pharmaceutical Sciences as being capable of altering DNA in living cells and having a mutagenic effect which could lead to cancer, which makes it ideal for Betts' purposes. And that's all I have.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, did you know that there's a science advisor to the X-Files?
Well, they fucked up last week.
I know, I was going to say, apparently, maybe this is new, and they're like, wait a second, we need to probably hire someone.
Yeah.
But they have a biology professor and science advisor to the X-Files, Anne Simon. And so she talks about the amphibian cells and, promoting regeneration and stuff like that. But she also says that when Scully and Burks are talking about how he's just like filled with tumors, they're actually blastema, or masses of cell capable of growth and regeneration into organs or body parts. And for Betts to truly be composed entirely of cancer cells, he would have to lack the tumor suppressor protein, which is always a fatal condition. Okay. So he would have died, obviously. But, it's fine.
Where was Anne last week?
I know.
I mean, I guess she's not like a microbiologist, but like, come on.
Maybe after last week, they were just like, we need somebody.
Yeah, that was the turning point.
Yeah.
Are you ready for next week's?
I'm ready, I think.
Okay, so I think everyone who's watched X-Files knows what this is. So next week, season 4, episode 13 is Never Again, where Scully takes some time off from Mulder and discovers a man with a jealous tattoo. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
Do you want to see the picture? Will that trigger?
Okay.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited. Porter, do you want to see it too? There you go. So yeah, we will catch you guys next week. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Patreon at UFO Party Pod. Our Patreon is as little as $3 a month to get exclusive episodes. And I know we said it last week, but we're gonna record Patreon after this, where it's fanfic, but I promise it's not icky fanfic this time. This one's more exciting. I found some fanfics that like go with episodes that we kind of just covered as more of like subplots, so I'm really excited. But you can check out our Teespring shop. I still have not taken down the Halloween design, so you can still grab that if you would like to. We have a coffee account if you don't want to subscribe to our Patreon and do a one-time donation. You can find all of these in our link trees, which are in all of the bios and all of the episode descriptions. You can rate us on Apple Podcasts, and that's about it. So yeah.
Amazing.
Yep.
And stay safe.
Stay spooky.
Bye.
Bye.